Well, hey B-Town. So I'm here at the kids mural dedication. We got a lot of nice murals out here. They're gorgeous, they're beautiful, and a lot of kids out here appreciating their work. It's a nice event outside. I'm glad the rain held off. We got a lot of people here. But I know I showed you this one the other day. There's a few more for you to see. I love this one. Some of them they still have to finish. Did you guys work on this one? Did you? How long did it take you?
About like 3 days.
3 days? Okay. Which panel did you do? Oh, that's good. You did a good job. You all did a good job. Did you work on any?
No, we worked on all the children.
Oh, here, show me. Let's see it. Oh, you did the kids part up here? Nice.
I did this one.
I saw your picture online. I think I shared your picture online. How long did it take you to do this part?
About like an hour or two.
Yeah? Okay, well you guys did a great job.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I know the grass. I did all the green.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Good. Well, you guys did a fabulous job, so thank you.
Thank you. And we also did little red.
Oh, you did that one too? Oh, okay.
But we did that like separately. We got this one like 3 weeks later.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, nice. Like I said, you guys did a really great job. Okay, and we have some more over here. Sorry. Some more over here. This one I love too. This one's nice. You got this one. And, you know, like Leon said, these are all going to be hung up at Divine Word once, you know, they get that site going. Great crowd, like I said. Nice crowd of people out here. You know, it's nice to see the kids so excited over their work, too. They all did such a good job. And I hope they know how much our town is going to appreciate this once this is hung up. So, we're just waiting for a speaker. And it'll be going in a few minutes.
Thank you all for coming out.
It's crazy. It's crazy. No. No.
Just like everything else we've done the past 14 months, this is very much on the fly. So forgive any unpreparedness or the gallery installation of the milk crates, etc. But Mayor Lynch is going to say a few words. CJ Mugavera, the DBA, will say a few words. The artist. I'd like to share a few thoughts towards the end, if I may. So, Mayor Lynch.
Thank you, Leon, and good morning, everyone. Real pleasure to be here today. 8 months ago, I guess, Leon called me on the phone, or maybe longer than that, 10 months ago, and ran this idea by me in the height of COVID. And I couldn't have been more happier to have some action going on in town with the children and everything. And Leon painted the picture out to me how he'd like to see it happen. And as you can see, Leon, thank you so much. He needs a round of applause. With me here today is our Deputy Mayor, John Berdowski. John, our Commissioner, Joe Myers. We got to introduce the candidates. We got Eddie Foley here. We got the D-Ray. We got Cynthia on the side. So thank you all for coming as well. But it goes without saying, the last year and a couple of months has been something that we had no clue on what was going to happen to this town or this state or this country. But I got to tell you, working with my colleagues in the police department, public works, EMS, fire, DBA, this was a team effort to where we are right now. And we all should be very proud, anybody who lives in town or the township or the surrounding communities, what we went through and what we had to get. Every morning I got up, it's the first thing I did was watch the numbers of COVID cases and deaths. And I got to tell you, it's not something I would look forward to at all. It was very disheartening to see our numbers climb after October. Right now we're sitting at about 255 cases in the city and 8 deaths. In October, we had 37 cases. So over the winter, something happened really bad. But for 4,000 people, for 255 cases, I think we behaved pretty good. We wore masks, we did our social distancing, we had our events when we could, we canceled them when we had to, we didn't want to. I always let the chairman of the committees do that, not me or the commissioners, but if we had to, we probably would have. But thank you to all the chairmen of all the volunteer committees for what you have done, because we all work together to make this happen. But we're not here for that today, we're here for the children. And just in closing here, Leon, thank you so much. We're going to display these hopefully at Divine Word at our new complex. I think that's the idea.
Yeah.
And we're really excited about that. We're excited about moving that police department and the city administration out to what is a diamond in the rough for the community here in Bordentown. So thank you very much. Good luck. Let's get more words.
Thank you, Mayor. I have a long list of thank yous that I'll get to later. But when I was trying to put this together, obviously nothing happens with even a little bit of money. And any kid that wanted to participate, I didn't want the families to have to, maybe do it, or I didn't want there to be any financial burden for the families. So I went to the DBA and made my pitch, and wasn't surprised, very pleased, and very, very, very thankful that the DBA board unanimously approved the funding for this. I mean, again, this is a true community project between the artists, the kids, where the funding came from, the business community, where it's going to wind up in the city. So thanks to the DBA board, and with that, I'd like to introduce the DBA president, CJ Mugavero.
Hi, good morning, everybody. I'd like to also thank our Secretary, Doug Palmieri, for joining us this morning. I am exceptionally proud of not only Leon for coming up with this amazing community collaboration, but I have to tell you, from an artistic perspective, to have a public installation that these child artists can say that they created it's a fabulous cultural milestone for the city of Bordentown. So congratulations to the parents. And I'm just very proud that we could be a part of this, and for the DBA to be able to support such an amazing project. Thank you.
I kind of planned on a thing at the end, but it'll be a little bit disjointed. Like I say, this is on the fly a little bit. I started to think about this as last year's Cranberry Festival. We did a little mural thing in 2019, very spontaneous, and I was looking for ways to bring some kids' creative things into the kids zone. And so I was thinking about a mural project anyway. But then over the summer, we're obviously in the throes of the pandemic, and just adding insult to injury in a way was the social unrest from last summer. And the timing of that seemed very unfortunate to me, because I mean, obviously the country was in the throes of massive disruption. And then it struck me that maybe in the grand cosmic scheme of things, since our lives were so disrupted and our attention so focused on other things, that allowed us to perhaps focus on those issues in a way that maybe a lot of us hadn't before. And like a lot of us, I felt very helpless, very angry, outraged, and wanted to try to do something. And that's when I hit on the idea of the four themes, which peace, love, hope, and community. Maybe a little trite, but never too much and often in short supply. And then realizing that we would need 4 artists to create images for those themes, I reached out to 4 artists, two of which I knew, 2 of which got a cold email, didn't know me from Adam, and I'm talking about cutting up paintings and all this crazy nonsense. But every single one of them said yes. Every single one of them got the theme they wanted, if you will. It was total serendipity. So Tom Kelly is here, who created the image for the Cone of Bori, which symbolizes hope. Kathy Marsloth is here, who's painting a peaceful reach, symbolizes peace. Jess Petty did Loving Embrace, leaning against a flagpole. Unfortunately, Marlon Davila couldn't be with us today. I was very much hoping he would. I've never actually met the guy. I mean, like a lot of what we've done this past year was done remotely, using technology. I mean, when we transferred Marlon's small image to that painting, we were literally working off of text photographs. So I mean, it's remarkable, just in so many other ways, the way this past year we've been able to, thankfully, the technology exists where we did able to function in new ways. Anyway, Tom, you said you'd like to say a few words? You're going to pass?
No.
Oh. That's not the Tom Kelly I know. Tom Kelly, everyone.
Thank you, Leon. I usually don't like to speak to these kind of things, but I have to give some shout outs to the team here. They did a really good job. I'd like to thank the Downtown Bordentown Association for picking up the tab, for Leon for asking us, which, you know, he always has a lot of good ideas. Some are more out there than others, but this one fell right in line. I was just talking to some of the kids, and I said, was it as easy as you thought? And they said, no, it was kind of difficult, but it's good. I think get the kids off the video screens and get them onto doing some hands-on stuff is always a good intention and a good outcome. And I think, as you know, I told Leon, make sure the kids aren't, you know, it doesn't take you 10 minutes to do it. Take your time, do a good job, and I think they turned out great. I don't know what you guys think, but I think what I see is terrific. And again, I'd like to thank the school, McFarland Intermediate School, and the parents, of course, who, you know, I saw some kids painting right on the kitchen tables, and you know, it looks really good. So good job, everybody. Thank you for asking me to participate. I'm glad it turned out so well.
Kathy, would you like to say a few words? Kathy Marshall.
Hi, everybody. I just want to reiterate some of what was already said. And, thank Leon for inviting me to participate in this. And I'm really thrilled that students were involved. That was one of the clinchers for me in saying yes to the project. Just when I heard that students were going to actually be doing the painting, I was like, yeah, I want to be part of that. So thank you to all the students that helped paint A Peaceful Reach and all the other murals that are here today. And also thank you to the parents who supported their kids in doing this. I feel like that's a really critical thing for young children who maybe want to pursue the arts. We need support in that, and sometimes that doesn't happen. So I feel like this was part of sending that message too, or at least for me, just knowing that there's parents that support children and get involved in something creative. And I'm a little nervous up here. But yeah, thank you for everybody who helped make this whole thing happen, and I'm really thrilled to be here this afternoon and to see such beautiful pieces of art that came out of this loving project. Thank you.
And this is where the fact that it's not raining is going to be a double-edged sword, because the good news is it's not raining. The bad news is I'm not going to feel guilty about talking too long and making you all stand in the rain. She didn't want to say anything. Jess? Want to say anything? Don't have to. A reluctant speaker. Jess Petty.
Hello. I just want to thank everyone and thank you, Leon, for the opportunity, and I think this is just fabulous and everything turned out so beautiful. So thank you to everyone and to everyone that made this happen.
Again, I mean, none of this would be possible without what I consider to be the four components, which are the artists, the children, the DBA, and the city to give it a home. But thank you again to the artists. Like I said, I reached out to 4 artists, 2 of which I knew, 2 of which total cold call. Kathy was one of them. You know, so total strangers basically, but very quickly warmed up to the idea of what this was about. So it was very sweet. When I was thinking about the children and McFarland age kids seemed to be most appropriate to me. So we reached out to Kristen from the PTO, and she was instrumental in getting the word out to the kids. And we had 30, I was going to say just shy of 30, but we had a couple of kids come in after we'd kind of started, which didn't necessarily surprise me, because I mean, obviously it's been on social media and stuff. So we had 30 kids all together, which, if I'm not mistaken, the enrollment in McFarland is 290-ish. So roughly 10% of the kids from McFarland participated, which I think is absolutely wonderful. And I was going to kind of save this for the end, but the excitement and pride that the kids expressed just absolutely bowled me over. And I would get so excited, because when I would go to a house to pick up a piece, I couldn't wait to see what they had created, and they were so proud. And the other day, Jack and Kieran were working on a piece, and they had finished, and I turned the corner from Union onto Prince, and they're holding their pieces, and it's like they just won the Super Bowl or something, or you know, their team just won the Super Bowl. They were so excited. So you know, the kids, you guys, you absolutely just hit it out of the park. We mentioned the DBA. I reached out to Mayor Lynch last winter, like he said. He liked the idea, reached out to broader City Hall, Deputy Mayor Brodowski, Commissioner Myers, our clerk, Grace Archer, CFO, Peg, other folks in City Hall, and everyone was very, very supportive and enthusiastic. And it's interesting, because in a way, giving it a home at Divine Word is, in a way, kind of the simplest part of this, but it's also the most important. It's the one question that every single entity I spoke to asked: where's it going to go? And you know, to create something, or for an artist to create something, they want it to be seen by the world. And it was completely concurrent with the announcement of the acquisition of Divine Word. And I was like, bingo. So the timing of that couldn't have been better, for my own selfish reasons. But you know, as I alluded to earlier, I wanted to, in the midst of such upheaval last year, wanted to do something. I think we all wanted to do something, but you know, it was such a weird time. And so the idea of peace, love, hope, and community, which in some of our press releases I've characterized as Lincoln's better angels of our nature. There is so much hate and division and downright meanness. And for what it's worth, I think we maybe just put that aside a little bit. What this community has done just, getting all misty-eyed. It just absolutely just makes my heart sing what we've all done here. And to all the folks that say what we can't do, or all the division, and we can still do things as Americans, and under difficult circumstances. So, calling upon the better angels of our nature, and just to weave a little more American history in for the kids. I guess it was when we finally got to the point where the kids had started painting, which was a long journey. I mean, we started talking about it in December. The artists created their images. That took a couple of months. Creating the panels, cutting them up, blah, blah, blah. So end of March, we finally started painting. And I'm running, and I'm not complaining, but I'm running all over the place. Thankfully, it all took place in Bordentown, so I didn't have to run far usually. But I'm running all over Hell's Acre, dropping paint pieces off, picking paint pieces up, and blah, blah, blah. And after about a week or 10 days, I say to CJ, it's like, boy, I really underestimated this. And she was just like, looked at me like I'm an idiot. Because it really hadn't occurred to me. This thing has 52 separate pieces that all needed to be created and then put back together. And when the pieces were coming back, and you could literally almost kind of start to see this thing form. And it's going to sound a little hokey, but I'll say it anyway. I was reminded of our country's motto, E pluribus unum, out of many, one. And that's what we've created here today. Remotely, autonomously, but we've all come together, both in each of these 4 images, but as a body of work and what it represents. And I'm very, very proud of it. And I'm very, very proud of all you guys. So, thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Leon. Just in closing, again, we'd like to thank everybody for coming out today. The weather held out for us. And again, when Leon broached this idea to me, it was kind of a unique thing. And he has, and I think, Tom, you're right, he has a lot of ideas he runs by me. So some are up and some are down, but most are up. But just one more round of applause for all the kids that were thank you.
The kids, I'm just the idea guy. Seriously, you guys were incredible. So, once again, please do it. Thank you.